Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having an adult beverage, and tonight I'll be discussing Phantasma by Kaylie Smith. This is a book I received as an ARC from Nightcap, but of course I'm going to give my honest opinion. These are the tropes, and these are the content warnings. My rating for this book is going to be at 3.75. We'll get into it, but first, what's this book about? So this book starts off with the death of a woman who has two daughters, the eldest daughter being Ophelia. Ophelia is who this story centralizes around. Now, Ophelia and her sister are from a family of necromancers. So when her mother passes, they have to perform a ritual as the eldest daughter, Ophelia, is to assume the abilities of her mother. And this basically is her new mantle. So as they're coming to terms with Ophelia's new position and new powers, they are also coming to terms with the loss of their mother. When who comes knocking? Well, the bank. It turns out their mother had taken out a loan against the house and has not paid it back. So in 30 days, they're going to lose their family home. Well, Ophelia can't stand for that, and she gets into an argument with her sister trying to come up with what best to do because her sister rather leave, while Ophelia rather stay. But the next day, after their argument takes place, Ophelia can't find her sister. Turns out she ran off, and after searching her room, going through her diary, it turns out she ran off to join Phantasma. It is a competition that takes place in a haunted house in various locations. It moves magically, and within this haunted mansion, dangerous trials take place with dangerous creatures, and whoever survives, there's only ever one winner, will get their single wish from a devil, whatever it may be. Knowing what her sister has done, she decides to follow her sister into Phantasma to try and find her and locate her and knock some sense into her that they need to leave this situation and they'll figure out the house situation together, but this is not the way to do it. Unfortunately, upon entering, she finds out that her sister is with a different group and she won't see her until one of the other levels if they both survive. So she has to enter the competition and try to survive each trial and all these new fears thrown at her to hopefully get to the level where she can find her sister and they can basically tap out with their lives intact. But as I said, everything in this mansion is to scare them, unalive them, and to put them through trials untested where people are there to backstab them so that there can be only one winner. In an effort to survive, a mysterious stranger offers her a deal. He will help guide her through the challenges, and all he asks for in exchange is 10 years of her life. But Ophelia knows that she cannot trust this stranger, and in this haunted mansion, appearances can be deceiving. So even as attractive as he is, that doesn't mean he is not dangerous to her. But between the two of them, there's this attraction that keeps growing and growing, drawing them closer and closer together. The thing is, in Phantasma, the only thing more dangerous than losing the game is losing your heart. So what are my thoughts on this book? Again, I'm giving it a 3.75. I thought the idea for this book sounded really cool and I was excited for it. And I will say, overall, the writing for this book was solid. But having read it, I will say I was not fully able to connect to the book. Now, that could always be a me issue, but I do feel, having read it, that the book, at least the important elements, felt very one-noted and very surface level. Let's take the trials, for example. If you ever done an escape room, I've done them once or twice, and your heart gets pounding, they get exciting, and your anxiety starts to rise. You expect to have all those feelings when you're doing an escape room, and these trials very much reminded me of that, and I kept waiting for those feelings to emerge as I was reading the book. I expected the nitty gritty and bloody moments, and while there were bloody moments in the book, they were just completed so fast I couldn't get invested in the trials to get those feelings. It just felt like we walked into the room and the challenges were done and then they left. It was just very one note for me, and I wasn't able to have those same feelings in the book that I have in real life. I feel like this also carried over to the romance between the main characters, Ophelia and the mysterious stranger, Blackwell. While these two definitely had spicy chemistry, I didn't see true romance chemistry or a deeper connection between these two. In actuality, for me, it just felt like good buddies who hook up. Outside of this situation, I don't think they would have kept in touch because there was just no deeper connection there. Now, I will say, for the characters as individuals, Ophelia is definitely a complex character that I enjoyed but did not always like. Because of how she grew up combined with the situation she's in, I understand how she responded in certain situations. But in other situations, I would shake my head being like, you didn't have to do that. That's unnecessary and catty. Now, Blackwell, he was an entertaining character that when he was on page, I enjoyed what was happening. Now, overall, the story was enjoyable. I just could not fully connect to the story and the characters. Now, just because this wasn't the book for me doesn't mean it won't be the book for you. I strongly encourage you to give this book a try if it sounds like something you're interested in, because it could be your next 5-star read, and I love that for you. Now, if you want to give this book a try, it will be available September 3rd, so next month soon. Give it a download and give it a try, and I hope you love it. I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.